Define the topic. Sustainable development is a holistic approach to growth that aims to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It integrates three key dimensions: economic growth, environmental protection, and social equity. The goal is to ensure long-term well-being by promoting resource efficiency, reducing environmental degradation, and fostering social inclusiveness. Sustainable development also emphasizes the importance of global cooperation and innovative solutions to tackle challenges like climate change, poverty, and inequality. And for the history of the topic, we have the concept of sustainable development has evolved over time as humanity has become increasingly aware of the environmental, social, and economic impacts of development. The term gained significant attention in the 20th century, particularly with the publication of the Brundtland Report in 1987. Named after Gro Harlem Brundtland, the Prime Minister of Norway at the time. The report introduced a widely accepted definition of sustainable development: development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. Historically, the Industrial Revolution, 18th and 19th centuries, spurred rapid economic growth but also led to significant environmental degradation, including deforestation, pollution, and overuse of nature resources. Early conservation efforts began in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, but these were often fragmented and focused mainly on protecting specific species or areas rather than addressing broader sustainable issues. In the 1960s and 1970s, a growing awareness of environmental movement, books like Rachel Carson's Silent Spring, 1962 highlighted the dangers of pesticide use and other environmental hazards. This period saw the establishment of environmental protection agencies and the development of policies to address pollution and resource management. By the 1980s, the concept of sustainable began to take shape as an integrated approach that considered not just environmental but also social and economic dimensions. The United Nations Brundtland Commissions decades the idea of sustainable development has become central to global discussions about addressing international frameworks such as the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Adopted in 2015 have further codified the goals and principles of sustainable development with target to the achieved by 2030 across 17 case areas including poverty reduction, clean energy, and responsibility consumption. Tikay nasa awin dito nga kit mabalin nga ti pa nagtalinayon apa nakanayon kit may saa komprehensibo awagas ti pa nagduras amang tong pakadagiti kasapulan ti agdama nga awan ti pa nang ni sakripisyo iti kabailan dagiti sumaruno nga henerasyon amang tungpal iti dawat da. Ada iti dayto iti taloan ng runa nga aspekto panagkanayon iti ekonomiya panang salimetmet iti aglawlaw ken panagtulnog ti amin iti pagilyan. Dagitoy apanggep ket mangipangatu iti panag-usar iti resources na indaklan. Mangitunda iti dakkel at tulong ang mapagbalin iti kinatalnak ken kapya ti aglawlaw ken mangpusay iti panagtinulong ken panaki kaykaysa iti amin nga umili. Iti idi asiglo daytoy as konsepto ket nangigdi dakdakkel a pansin idi 1987 babaen iti Brundtland Report. Amang ipakita iti kinapatag ti panakabalin dagiti ekonomiya ken panakasalimitmet ti aglawlaw ken panagtulnog. Iti pangkurangan ti panawen ti panakamuan iti issue ti pollution panakaubos dagiti resources ken saan panakikaykaysa ken nagadakkel iti konsepto ti panagtalinayon panakanayon nga nagresulta iti panangibaon kadagiti aramid nga agpada iti United Nations Sustainable Development Goals nga inawat idi 2015. Ti panggip dagitoy ket mangipatib care iti panangi salimetmet ti klima panangbaba iti karigatan ken naindaklan a panagusar nga addang mangiturong iti panagtalinayon nga masakbayan idi 2013. Delang iti kaya nangasawen ajay.
C. Reason why your topic exists. The topic of sustainable development exists due to the growing recognition of the need to balance economic growth, environmental protection, and social well-being in response to historical trends of industrialization, urbanization, and resource exploitation. It is rooted in the realization that unchecked development can lead to environmental degradation, social inequalities, and depletion of natural resources, which threaten future generations. Historically, the Industrial Revolution 8th and 19th centuries marked a turning point in human development. It brought unprecedented economic growth and technological advancements, but also led to environmental damage, exploitation of workers, and significant social disparities. These consequences became increasingly apparent over time, leading to the modern concept of sustainable development. In the mid-20th century, concerns about pollution, biodiversity loss, and social inequality gained global attention. The publication of the Limits to Growth, 1972, and the Brundtland Commission's report, Our Common Future, 1987, were pivotal moments in linking sustainability to development. The Brundtland Commission defined sustainable development as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Today, sustainable development is a guiding framework in international policy, such as the United Nations 2030 Agenda and its 17 Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), which encompass economic, social, and environmental dimensions. The historical evolution of the concept reflects humanity's growing awareness of the interconnectedness of this dimension and need for long-term responsible development. Another explanation is sustainable development is important because it helps us find a balance between growing our economy, protecting the environment, and ensuring social fairness. This idea becomes clear after seeing the negative effects of rapid industrial growth like pollution and inequality. Key reports in the 20th century highlighted the need to develop in a way that does not harm future generations. Today, sustainable development guides many global policies, including the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). For example, imagine a town that wants to build a new factory. If they only focus on making money, they might pollute the river and harm people. But if they make sure the factory uses clean energy and provides good jobs, They can grow the economy while keeping the environment and community healthy. D. Characteristics, attributes, features of your topic. 1. Environmental protection. It focuses on conserving ecosystem, reducing pollution, managing natural resources responsibly, and addressing climate change. Another explanation. Environmental protection means taking care of our planet to keep it clean and safe. It involves actions to reduce pollution, conserve natural resources, and protect wildlife. For example, recycling plastic bottles help reduce waste in landfills and cuts down on pollution, which is a way to protect the environment. 2. Economic viability encourages economic growth that generates wealth and improves living standards while ensuring long-term economic stability. Other economic viability explanation means whether a project or idea can make enough money to be successful and continue over time. It looks at cost, income, and the chance of profit. Example, a small coffee shop checks if it can recover its rent, pay employees, and buy coffee beans with the money it makes from selling drink. If the shop earns enough to do all this and still make a profit, it is economically viable. If not, it may need to change its plan or not open at all. 3 is social equity. Promotes inclusion, access to resources, human rights, and addressing inequalities. Social equity means treating everyone fairly and giving them what they need to succeed. No matter their background, it is about making sure that everyone has the same chances in life. Example, if a school gives extra help to students who are struggling because they come from poor families, that's social equity. They are making sure those students have a better chance to learn and do well. 4 is intergenerational responsibility. Ensure that the needs of the present are met without compromising future generations' ability to meet their needs. Other explanation means that current generation have a duty to take care of the environment and society for future generations. This means making choices today that will not harm people or the planet later. Example, if we use resources like water and trees wisely and recycle, we help ensure that our children and their children will still have clean water and forests to enjoy. 5 is integrated approach. Emphasizes the interconnection of the environment, economic, and social dimensions, advocating for policies and strategies that address all these factors simultaneously. Other explanation is a way of solving problems by combining different methods or ideas to create a complete solutions. It considers various factors to ensure that all parts work well together. Example, in a school project about recycling, students might use an integrated approach by researching facts about waste, creating posters, and organizing a recycling event. This way, they use information, creativity, and action together to promote recycling effectively.
Letter E. Specific example of letter D. Number 1, Kalinga. Environmental protection. Kalinga communities have traditionally practiced sustainable farming through terrace rice farming in mountainous areas, minimizing soil erosion and water wastage. Social equality. The peace pact or bodong system is a traditionally form of conflict resolution and governance in Kalinga, ensuring the resources and shared use in ways that maintain social harmony. Intergenerational responsibility. Dalaga waving traditionally is passed down to younger generation, emphasizing the importance of cultural and resources sustainability. Number 2, Philippines. Environmental protection. Initiatives such as National Greening Program aim to restore forests, reduce carbon footprints, and promote biodiversity. Economic validity. The Renewable Energy Act of 2008 encouraging the use of renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower to create a more sustainable energy system. Social equality. The Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino Program or 4Ps is designed to elevate poverty and provide social protection to underprivileged communities. Number 3, international setting. Environmental protection. The Paris Agreement focused on global efforts to limit change and mitigate environmental damage through international cooperation. Economic validity. Countries like Denmark have pioneered the use of renewable energy with significant investment in wind energy, positioning themselves as global leaders in green technology. Social equality. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs address the global poverty, gender equality, and health, aiming for a fair and equitable society globally.
F. Advantages and disadvantages of our topic. Advantages. Number 1 for Kalinga society. Preserves cultural heritage. Example, Bodong Peace Packs and traditional agriculture. Protects the environment, ensuring the long-term viability of local resources. Empowers local communities with a sense of ownership over the resources. Number 2, for Philippine society. Enhances resilience to climate change through forest conservation and renewable energy initiatives. Alleviates poverty through social protection programs. Example, 4Ps. Encourages innovation in green technology and energy sectors. Disadvantages. Number 1 for Kalinga society. Modernization pressures may threaten traditional practices and sustainability-focused lifestyles. Balancing development with the preservation of indigenous practices can be challenging. Number 2, for Philippine society. High cost of transitioning to sustainable energy and agriculture may limit implementation. Inequality may persist, with marginalized communities facing greater challenges in accessing sustainable development resources.
Sustainable development is a critical global concern that involves striking a delicate balance between economic growth, environmental protection, and social equity. In regions like Kalinga, where indigenous practices embody sustainability, the challenge is ensuring that development respects cultural heritage while addressing modern needs. The Philippines as a whole is working towards these goals, but there are significant obstacles related to poverty, inequality, and the high costs of implementing sustainable solutions. Globally, sustainable development highlights the importance of international cooperation and shared responsibility for the planet's future. As individuals, we must also reflect on our role in promoting sustainability in our daily lives.